Hello friends, and welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back if you are back. Either way, thank you so much for clicking on my video today, and I want to start this video with a slight apology because I know my Halloween vlogs are so late this year, and because of that they're a little bit scattered and out of order, but I think they're a lot of fun. The reason I say they're out of order is because it kind of ends with my road trip and then goes into some like Halloween decorating and a bunch of baking, Halloween costume making, loads of fun stuff. So if that sounds like a fun time to you, please keep on watching. I'll have hopefully lots of others coming soon, but in the meantime, I hope you enjoy. We begin our adventure on the last day of the road trip. This was an impromptu visit to this place called Tave's Apple Farm, and it was one of the most magical places we had ever been. Basically, we had decided to cut our road trip a little bit short because I had caught a cold on the last day, and also the car's engine light had been on for the past few, so we decided to head back a little bit early, but I hadn't quite gotten my fill of the pumpkin patches yet, so I decided to just Google which ones were on the way back, and this one just happened to be there, and I had no idea it would be so incredible and magical. We wandered over the bridges, over these incredible streams made out of green pumpkins and giant jack-o'-lanterns made out of small orange pumpkins, gnome statues and mandalas, and it honestly kind of felt like that scene in Coraline where like she's in that incredible enchanted garden and then she goes from above and finds out that it's her face, because I didn't realize that a lot of the jack-o'-lanterns in the different colors were making all sorts of different designs like swirls and jack-o'-lanterns and streams. They of course had the cutouts that we had to take pictures in, and my favorite, this incredibly fairy tale looking pumpkin tree. It was just too much for me. I had so much fun wandering around. No matter how sick I was, it couldn't have taken a moment of the magic away from me. Now, of course, this wasn't just a pumpkin patch. This was a proper autumnal farm with the requisite sunflowers and corn mazes and little buzzing bees and vintage style painted decorations with little scarecrows showing you how much pumpkins cost and things like that. There was an apple orchard and a pear orchard, which was absolutely magical. Paige and I had been to apple orchards before, but this was our first time seeing a pear orchard in person. But we were on a mission. We were looking for the corn maze, and after some wandering, we did manage to find the entrance to it. It was incredibly magical. My favorite thing about going to BC for the road trips with Cage is that they have a lot more rain there, a lot more sun, just a lot more like kind of tropical rainforest type climates. So the plant life out there is just something else. You feel like a fairy when you're wandering the corn mazes. You feel like you could be lost for days. Cage and I just walked around kind of playing hide and seek with each other and searching for these little endpoints, because in this corn maze there were these little stations that had chalk in them that you were supposed to dip your fingers into. You're supposed to dip each finger into a different color, and then when you were finished the maze, depending on which colors the fingers were on, it determined which like silly dance or like goofy thing you had to do. I think Cage had to hoot like an owl and I had to like howl like a wolf or something. Either way, we wandered through the corn maze until we managed to find our way out, and it was on to see the delightful animals. Of course, there was sweet little pigs, my absolute favorite. They're so freaking cute. And this place had a very sweetly decorated bunny pen with like a little cottontail theater and rabbits that they would switch out so they wouldn't get overwhelmed. But the treat of this whole place was the goats. There was this one specific baby goat that would not stop headbutting us, and at first I was like, is it mad at me? But they seemed to keep doing it on purpose, and then I was like, oh, maybe the horns are itchy or something, and then I ended up googling it after, and it turns out that that's how they play when they're little baby goats. They play by headbutting you, and it was literally the sweetest, most adorable thing I've ever seen. Cage and I have seen goats before, obviously, but I don't think any that little, and none so playful as this little guy. It absolutely made my trip. I was so happy that we got to visit them. It was, yeah, too much. Cage and I also were sure to wear our matching Halloween vests that I made us, and it's my favorite thing to go on our road trip and wear these together and just look super vintagey together. It's fun to have a partner who doesn't think you're super corny and like will go along with these things with you. Cage is the best for that. We also, of course, visited the sheep, some other little goats, and once we were done, it was time to look at the rest of the farm. They had built beautiful structures like pumpkin arches. They had organized all their pumpkins by size and color and had the most magical variety of things. Some that looked like little acorns, some that were dark red, freckled, spotted, shapes and sizes and colors that just astound me every year and make me so happy at the bounty and beauty of nature. Like, it's seriously, my heart and soul feels so open and so itself during this time of year. The best part was it was a little bit rainy when we went, but not like so rainy that it was uncomfortable, just enough that it was nice and sprinkly, and we managed to go on the bouncing pillow. I feel like normally these things are full of kids, but there was like no one at the farm this day, so we got to have a little bit of fun on this one. And that was the rest of the road trip. I'll have a lot more road trip footage coming for you soon, but it was on the way back home, and we made it safe despite a ridiculous amount of rain and snow and fog and scary road conditions and the engine light and driving back at 3 in the morning and the fact that my headlights are kind of crappy. It was wild, but we survived. Hey friends! Okay, I'm just popping in really quick because it's October 8th and it's my shop launch today, which is awesome, but it was also the only day that my friend Sam could do my hair, so I'm gonna go over there and get my hair dyed all fun and autumnal, and it's 10 a.m. that my appointment is at, and then my shop launch is at noon, so I'm bringing my laptop in case I have to like do some shop launching there, but I'm so freaking excited. So wish me luck, talk to you guys soon. I'm so freaking stoked for the shop launch. I think it'll go really well, and I'm so excited for my hair. Oh, it'll be so fun. Okay, bye for now. Hey friends, okay, amazing things are happening. First, look at this. I am so freaking happy. I don't know if you can see it. It's all different shades of beautiful reds and oranges and yellows and greens, and it's stunning and gorgeous, and I love it, and I'm so happy, and it turned out way better than I could have even thought of. It's like very like earthy, beautiful tones, so super, super exciting. Second thing, the shop launch went so good. Thank you so much. Seriously, everyone is so sweet, so kind. I am just about to start packaging all the orders. I had like very much like kind of like a little bit of a celebration day because like, yeah, I went to go get my hair done at 10, and then Cage ended up finishing up his tattoo that he was doing early, so he was able to come and get his hair done too. So now we have like kind of matching orange hair, even though he just like does a split dye for the season usually. So that's really exciting. And then we went out and got my favorite vegan food. So I got these vegan chicken and waffles to celebrate with, which is super exciting. And then just like all the leaves are falling and the weather is perfect and everything is just so nice. And I want to just like get super extra into the vibes of the season. So I'll show you guys the little setup that I have done for my order packing. I turned off the overhead light and dragged the lamp into the room so I can have it all like nice and cozy and dim and so beautiful. I also have my little fairy lights on. I don't know if you can like properly see it. And I turned on all the different like lampy things in here. So like this fake candle, and I brought in these little pumpkin lights. That's a real candle, and that's a real candle, and I have this thing burning that's like a wax melter thing, this little moon. I even just turned on now my little Polly Pocket castle. I found this recently on Facebook Marketplace. I'm obsessed with it. It has a little knight. That is so good. Brought out a bunch of little Halloween guys to keep me company. I have one of my favorite autumn YouTuber people, Alwyn Oak, awesome, playing in the background for the vibes. I have a vegan cookie, and my nice candles. I have everything ready to start getting packed. I made some hot apple cider, and I have some coffee from earlier today, and I'm just ready to get order packing, get all the spooky vibes in. It's gonna be a good time. I'm just ready to have the most spooky, cozy, happy order packing night, watching one of my favorite YouTubers with all the wonderful scents and the wonderful drinks. And yeah, I'm just so happy about today with my new hair, and I just feel so cute. So yes, life is good. I'm so happy. Oh, and I also, okay, I last minute decided to update my thank you cards just for the autumn to be orange, so that's really fun. I sent them off to Staples along with my print packs, so hopefully I'll be able to like pick them up tomorrow or something. All right, I'm gonna get packing now. Bye for now. One of my favorite things about collecting a stupid amount of little Halloween dishware and cups and plates and mugs is that I can make myself these really festive and sweet little setups for order packing and stuff for the season. I think I've said it before, but Halloween's really the only holiday that I care about, and the fact that I got to pack my Halloween orders with like all of their fun different like candy corn wrapping paper and like use little pumpkin cups to hold things while I organized, and just to see all the Halloween colors and know that all the little Halloween trinkets were going into the world. It felt so special. I'm so excited for next year's Halloween launch already. Getting to design and package my Halloween linos, getting to put together the glow-in-the-dark stickers, getting to make the new tags and stuff. It was just too good. I had so much fun. I'm so happy I get to do this. Hello friends! Today is October 9th. It's just, the freaking leaves have been so incredible lately that I need to go see them. So Cage and I decided, since it's his day off, that we're just gonna take the day to drive up to this big lake with all these wonderful trees, look at everything, enjoy it, appreciate it, maybe take some pictures of some of the prints that he has to do for his shop. But otherwise, gonna do that, and then I'm gonna come back home and just package, work on my stuff. I have to like pick up my Staples order of like some new Halloween packaging, and I'm excited to show you guys that, and then like make some more freebie lino cuts because I'm already running low, but things are good, things are happening. I am living and loving and adoring everything that happened with this. Sorry, I like can't stop touching and looking and just, oh, so happy. Okay, so we'll talk soon. Bye for now. There is something about the autumn colors, the smells, the sounds, the waves crashing, and the flowers and leaves turning that just, I feel like, unlocks this part of my heart, my soul. I don't know. There's this sense that I can breathe deeply, you know, in the autumn. And I feel like part of it is just such a sense of feeling at one with the world. I don't know if anyone else kind of has the sensation that during the rest of the year they feel a little bit like an outsider or a little bit uncomfortable or a little bit on edge. And there's something about the autumnal colors, the changing, the sense and the feels of it that just makes everything feel like it's gonna be okay. Cage and I were sure to bring Chippy Baby on the trip. He's this little Cupid doll that Cage has had for a couple of years. And for Cage's birthday, I had finally made Chippy Baby a sweater so he could finally accompany us on our adventures and not be so cold. It was very exciting. There was loads of driftwood on this beach, and it reminded me of when I was a little bit younger and would use driftwood to make different wands, wrap it in clay and add crystals and stuff. I can't say that being around this amount of it didn't make me want to get back into it again. There's something just so magical about being around the water. I don't know if part of it is like living by the mountains and in the city where you don't see a lot of water. I mean, I guess there's streams and stuff, but giant bodies of it just feel so incredibly special. We decided to wander to this nearby spot that felt completely abandoned. It had the most beautiful rock pools with the most stunning turquoise water I think I'd ever seen. The contrast of the turquoise with the reds and the oranges of the foliage was something else. Such a treat for the eyes and the heart. I was incredibly inspired by the time I got back home. I had a lot of linos to print, but that didn't mean I wasn't gonna do it festively. I was sure to put on my apron, my cozy sweater, and my Halloween tunes and just get dancing while I got to make all the linos. It's so fun to get to make things that you're proud of and that you're excited about. Like, I remember at my old job, like, occasionally having these little moments of joy, but being at home in this space that you feel so cozy, in your favorite clothes, with your favorite music, doing things at your own pace. I don't know, I feel like I'm bragging, but it feels so special. I feel so lucky. It honestly makes me want to cry whenever I think about it. Yeah, I'll be sure to link the autumn playlist below, of course. Also got so many fun Halloween vintage tunes that I added to it for this year. Once I was finished my linos, I still had a lot of energy, and I had some bananas that were going a little brown in the kitchen, so I decided to make some festive banana bread. Nothing really makes it that festive except for the fact that I used a pumpkin-shaped cake pan and this little coffin-shaped cake pan and a little more cinnamon than usual, but it was absolutely delightful. Chocolate chip banana bread is one of my favorite treats, and getting to bake it in some spooky loaf pans just made all the difference. One of the things that I wasn't expecting but that I was really excited about was the fact that the slight wooden texture on the coffin pans actually kind of translated to the banana bread, so they actually kind of look like little wooden coffins. It's super fun, and it was great to have a little treat while I was off to work on the next parts of the order packing. Hey friends, I'm back. We went to Staples and picked up my order. Look how cute. So my thank you cards just for October are gonna be orange, and for some reason it like printed on way nicer paper than I expected, so it's like kind of glossy. And then I got my lino packaging printed as well. So it'll be really cute. I'm excited to package these. Still need to box up all this stuff, but for the most part we've like rough packed most everything, like 40 orders out of the 80, so halfway there. Feeling good. Talk to you guys soon. So it's time to hunker down and get to work, and in my experience, the best way to do so is with a cozy snack and my supervisor, Tuna. She's so helpful, always keeps me on track. You can see how carefully she's watching, not distracted for a moment. Even when she's turned around, she still keeps her eyes on me. I love her so much. I'm so lucky to have such a little lady like her in my life. She always loves to hang out with me while I do stuff in the craft room or in the bedroom, or, you know, she's just like one of those cats that follows you wherever you go. I'm so lucky and delighted to have her in my life. The other thing that is, in my opinion, a necessity for doing some repetitive work that honestly is really satisfying. Like, I love little repetitive tasks that you do over and over, especially because you can put a spooky movie in the background. I'm watching one of my favorite musicals, Phantom of the Paradise, but I like to alternate between that and also a lot of sort of older music video, animation, vintagey black and white things from the 30s to the 60s. They truly don't do animation now like they did back then. I really appreciate that Cage really enjoys it, so I sometimes will put it on the larger TV screen, and he'll just be like, wow, it's so beautiful, it's so cool, like the way they did things. It's something else. You don't see this kind of thing as often in modern day, and that sucks. Though there is really beautiful animations that happen modern day as well. It's just a different vibe. Cab Calloway especially is just like such a treat, and you don't get little skeletons dancing all goofy as they terrify guys holding a broom and overalls, and it's just like, what? He's so fun. Why are you scared? It's the best. I love it so much. Ugh, just the art style back then, it's so inspiring. I'm alternating between my hot ciders and my spooky coffees. I have all my twinkly lights on, and truly I'm just in Halloween heaven getting all these things ready. Once I have my lino tags cut out, it's time to score them. I just use a butter knife from the kitchen and this cutting board that is broken, but it does have these little lines on it, so it's really helpful for these kind of things. Okay, so I've pretty much like rough packed everything, and I'm trying this new technique now where I'm gonna kind of package things by order type. So I just grabbed a bunch of the plushes in the room since they're like the biggest boxes and they're taking up the most space. I'm gonna try to like package these guys. I set up a little station here. So I have all the necessities, my wrapping paper, my little wax seals, lino packaging, stickers that I made, my thank you cards, my lint roller that I finally got. Everything's still set up all spooky and Halloweeny. I have this Halloween baking competition playing and some extra spooky wrapping papers in case I want to like change it up from this. So, gonna go ahead, start doing the packaging of some plushes. Wish me luck. We'll talk soon. Okay, I just packaged my first official little like lino print pack. And it's so cute. I added like a little rat sticker. So fun. I'm really, really happy. Now that the packaging is sorted, it's time for my favorite part, which is getting all my guys ready to go. It's so sentimental and sweet and special to me, and the fact that they're like Halloween-y themed just makes it extra special this time of year. I love to write my little notes to everyone. I love to give my little plushes a kiss goodbye for luck for the road. I love to imagine them in their new home, reading like where they're going, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're gonna go live in Montreal, or you're gonna go live in England, or you're gonna go live here. It's just too fun for me. And as usual, because I'm still pretty new to this, as I go along, I'm developing new ways to do things and being like, oh, maybe I can do this instead, or maybe I can do that instead. So some of the new exciting developments for the Halloween launch was my spooky fun wrapping paper with the candy corns. I had my wax seal with the rat on it, which was new to me. I used my thermal printer to make all these spooky stickers with stuff like haunted houses and little jack-o'-lanterns and stuff on them. Just personally, in the order packing room, I had my apple scented candle and all my little decorations. It was just too special. One of my favorite things is when I have orders where two of my little guys are going home together. So Bram and Brimstone are going to the same home. I think they're gonna have so much fun together. It's too special. I mean, I always like, of course, when people just order one or order anything, like obviously, but yeah, it's really cute. Hello, another good day. Last time I did my packages, I hand wrote all the addresses, and it was kind of time consuming, and I wanted to make it more spooky and aesthetic, so I decided to make like a little Canva template, and then I can just print like 3 at a time on a thermal label, and it'll be cute. Then I still need to package these guys, but these guys are all ready for their post office journey, so I'm gonna see how many more I can get sorted out today. I think the post office closes at 9, so as many as I can get out will be wonderful. But yeah, very happy. Very excited. Wish me luck. So now that the bulky sort of box orders are out of the way, it was time to move on to things that would fit in envelopes and stuff. And this was so special to me as well, because I got to just play with all this new exciting Halloween stuff that I had designed for the season. And it's seriously my favorite thing about, like, I keep saying that I don't really feel like a small business owner, but in terms of being like, I'm my own boss. So the boss says that this year the Halloween packaging is gonna have little witch hats on the rats, and we're gonna print thermal stickers with haunted houses and make orange stuff and use some spooky stamps on the envelopes and stuff. Boss approves. Sounds good. It's just so fun to get to make your own decisions and be like, I really like Halloween. I really like this season. It means so much to me. I'm gonna try to make things extra special for it. Christmas, whatever. New Year's, whatever. Halloween, my time to shine. It's just too good. I feel so happy. I have like my cozy Halloween blanket on my chair. The candle is burning the most delicious apple scent. I have my wonderful coffee, my little Halloween stamps that I get to play with, all this fun vintage Halloween music and animations playing in the background. I'm truly in heaven, in my happy place. I never thought that work could be so good and feel so fun, and I just hope it feels this way forever. Now, this order was so exciting. It's going all the way to Germany. 2 of my guys, and a bag, and some jewelry, and a bunch of plush. I had to celebrate by adding some confetti. Okay, hi. I'm about to go do my first post office run of the Halloween season. I'm super freaking excited. So I got like a little bit dressed up, just like in a little vest, and like this candy corn necklace that I DIY'd, and my little earrings, and the sun is just about setting, and I really want to like wagon it over and just like look at all the pretty trees and see if like people have put their decorations out. So we'll see, but I'm really happy, and everything is just so cute and aesthetic and professional. Like, yeah, all the different stamps, or stickers. These are really sweet, and you can see I decorated them like really cute with like the little stamp and the stickers and like whatever, so even if it's like just a sticker or whatever, it's like still adorable. So yes, and I got to use like up a bunch of these old orange envelopes from like Hallmark cards and whatever. So yes, wish me luck. Post office drop. I have all my little guys giving their blessings, especially Cauldron, on the way. So yes, bye for now, and we'll talk soon. So here I am putting everything into my wagon, very precariously, as you can see that the Tower of Pisa is leaning over. Unfortunately, my idea of being adorable in my little wagon and walking everything over did not work. The wagon was way too small, and I drove things over. Regardless, Tuna saw me off, and we were on our way. The next day, it was time to pack some of my last orders, and my god, this is what I was saying about the fact that I feel like I always kind of get the hang of things right at the end. So right at the end, I was like, wait, I have all this cute wrapping paper. What if for like orders with multiple things, I use multiple wrapping papers and like put things in little packets and like do this adorable thing? So I am so sorry that I didn't do this earlier. From now on, orders that have like multiple things will have like adorable little different wrapping papers and stickers and like be all cute like this. I can't believe it didn't occur to me till now. But regardless, it was so freaking fun and satisfying to get to use all these different little things that I had found over the years. It was just too fun. And then I had everything all together, cute in its little bag, all festive. This order was extra special because the person just kept ordering new things. Like it was like, oh, this person ordered a collar, and then I was like, oh, the same person ordered again a patch, and oh, just kidding, they also ordered another collar and a choker and a this and a that. It was so cool. So to celebrate that, I also added a little bit of confetti here too. That was like a thing, is that I was like, oh my god, that is just whoa, wild, exciting, crazy times. Putting on my little jack-o'-lantern sticker, and we're all ready to go. I always feel safe with Tuna patrolling the outdoors. So it is October 12th maybe, and I'm off to the post office. This is the last round of orders, at least so far, for the season. I'm so happy. I feel like I was able to package things maybe a little more efficiently this time, but all of these I have to send as oversized letters, so I wasn't able to pre-print the labels, so hopefully they don't hate me. All right, talk to you guys soon. Hello! Okay, so all my orders are officially shipped, and I'm so happy and so relieved, and just like walking out to bring them to the post office, like all the leaves are falling around me, and like I could smell the autumn, and like it was just like there's so much relief of like, because I'm very much like, when I have a task to do, I can't chill until that task is done, and now, yeah, all my orders are packed and done and shipped and out, and I just feel so freaking happy, and I just feel like I'm gonna dedicate the rest of the month to just having fun and like working on like YouTube vlogs and stuff, but just like really catching up for, not like lost time, but I feel like I really just hunkered down and worked, and now it's gonna be super fun time. So today I'm gonna celebrate by taking a bath. Oh, it's gonna be so amazing. And Cage and I went to one of our favorite parks. It was just so beautiful. All the it's like in a cemetery, and all the gravestones around are so wonderful. All of the leaves around were so stunning. We had food out there, and it was just like the perfect little celebration. And yeah, I'm so happy. Gonna talk to you guys soon, but for now I'm just, oh, life is good. Okay, bye now. Okay, so this is what I have created as my little Halloween spa moment. You can't really see much of it right now, but let me tell you, it's super freaking cute. It smells amazing in here, and I'll turn on the light and we'll talk about the setup now. I dragged this kitchen rug in here, as well as this sign, and these little pumpkin lights from the dollar store. I got my cozy pajamas for after, and some lights from like little electronic lights to like actual candles. For the bath itself, I have this bath bomb that I got from Lush. Bath salts with some orange peels and stuff in them. And I DIY'd a bunch of very silly like little labels for stuff. So for instance, I just put some brown sugar and apple juice into this container, but it's a caramel apple lip scrub, and I just used my label printer to make a cute little design for it. Same with, this is just a mud mask, but I put a graveyard glow mud mask thing that I just, you know, designed whatever. I got some rubber duckies for the bath itself, and some nail stickers are in here, as well as I made this little thing for claw care essentials, as in a bunch of nail polish and like little cuticle pusher thingies and stuff for after. Speaking of nails for after, I have cinnamon and star anise and apple tea and stuff that I'm gonna put in this bowl and do like a little hand soak before I paint my nails and make it all nice and stuff. For after the bath, I have this hair gloss from Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. I got it last year, it's amazing. These I got recently, they're from NYX. I just put them in the freezer, so they're very cold, but they're little under eye patches for when I do my face mask. They're like Beetlejuice themed, so very spooky Halloween. And then for the drinks, I have a hot apple cider and cold apple juice with a cinnamon stick in it, in this super fancy mug that the Cage's mom gave us a couple years ago. It's gorgeous and orange, and I put it on this coaster that a subscriber gave me, so thank you again. I have a little ghosty towel, a little face towel, and everything is just looking so cute and Halloween-y. I draped a sheet over this lamp so it like obscures a little, and I have an orange bath towel for after. So everything is just so cute and perfect. I can't wait to have the toastiest bath ever and just really enjoy it. This bath was seriously the most healing and magical, fairy-like enchanted gift I could have ever given myself. I need to do this again, like bring in these little fairy lights. And don't worry, I strung things very securely, so we were in no fear of electrocuting ourselves. I had my little pumpkin lights strung up against the sink, this little moonlight in my pumpkin bowl, all my little spices for later, and the beeswax candles burning beautifully. I had my wonderful bath ingredients that I had collected and lovingly put into their adorable little packaging and jars and things that I had DIY'd. This seriously was so extra and just felt like such a self-pampering, special thing to do for myself that I would recommend. If you can do even just like a quarter of like this, like just have like a nice bath, even just a candlelit shower for yourself and enjoying the season. Maybe paint your nails after if you feel like it. Get into some cozy pajamas if you can. It was just so special. I had my special drinks all ready to go in their adorable mugs. The lights were low and it just felt so freaking perfect. The most wonderful and relaxing way to spend the evening to celebrate. Their water was warm, steaming, and ready, and it was time to put in the bath bomb. It was so beautiful, but honestly a little bit pastel for me, so I ended up adding a little bit of a darker one, this leftover piece of bath bomb that I had from last year that was, I think, bat art. So I ended up with this incredible purple mystical water that just felt like I was bathing in some sort of witch's brew or incredibly enchanted pool. It felt so freaking special and fun. I also had never bathed with my spooky rubber ducks, but I decided to give them a shot. Unfortunately, none of them stayed upright, but it's the thought that counts. Because we were being super extra and self-carey tonight, I had these bath salts with rose petals and some orange peels that I had dried out that I added to the bath. It was time to put on my mud mask, my graveyard glow mud mask, and my little cold eye patches. I put on Practical Magic, which at this point is kind of my like bath time movie. I think it was the same one that I watched last year when I had my spooky bath. I turned off all the main lights and stepped into the most relaxing and magical time that I had had in a really long time. It was so special between the scents, the movie, the candles, all the twinkling lights. At one point I just turned off the movie and breathed in the wonderful autumnal perfumes and watched the lights twinkle. I also got to do my nails and used all my little cute nail stickers. Well, not all of them obviously, but I used a good chunk of them and it was so fun. This was the first time I'd used them for their intended purpose. Normally I use them in like arts and crafts and stuff, but now I had cute little ghosties and skeletons and skulls and pumpkins and bats on my nails. Oh, it was too good. Super special. Black and orange, very festive. Alright, so for a couple of months now, when I sit down and watch TV or have some time or whatever, I have been taking that time to like knit a little square, and I've been filling up this suitcase with them. So I have a bunch of them in here, just like this top layer, and then I also have this like wagon thing that I've been filling in the living room. And now that finally I've gone through all my autumn colored yarn and have some time, I think I'm gonna put them all together and see what we actually have. So here is the wagon from the living room. Moment of truth, put them all together and see if we have enough to make a blanket. Alright, I've consolidated and I think we have a good amount. This is so fun because I love making blankets out of old other yarn that people don't use anymore. So this is just all yarn that I found at the thrift store, presumably from other people's projects, and now it's gonna just be one giant autumnal project. Oh, I'm so stoked. Progress is being made. Nearly done. I'm worried it might be a little small, but it stretches out a lot, so before I add on any more, I'll sew it together and see how much it actually like fully stretches. There is something just so relaxing and calming about getting to do fiber arts in the autumn. I was so happy that I was able to find the time to do some knitting. Alright, friends, today is a wonderful day so far. It is October 13th and I can't believe I've left it till this late in the season, but I'm gonna be finally decorating for the October spooky season today, which yeah, is wild. It's never been this late. But to do that, I'm gonna make a simmer pot first, and then I need to like clean up the display and then get it all organized. However, I also, on our little road trip, managed to get like a couple little extra thingies that I wanted to show you guys, as well as like made a couple things. And then this morning I picked up something very extra and over the top and exciting from Facebook Marketplace, and I need to show that to you guys as well. So before I get decorating and everything, I'll get the simmer pot on, and then we'll have like a mini haul, and then we'll do the cleaning and the decorating for the season, and I can't wait. I'm gonna like watch my spooky movies, listen to my spooky tunes, maybe listen to some spooky audiobooks. I can't wait. It's just so exciting. And I also got 2 more orders, so I'm gonna package those up and get them out tomorrow, I'm thinking. And yeah, life is good. I'm happy. I'm gonna work on these Halloween vlogs. I'm really worried they're gonna come out late this season and or just come out in 2025 instead. We'll see. Time is what it is. Let's go get this simmer pot on. Making a simmer pot is one of my most treasured autumnal traditions. I put on my spooky apron that I had DIY'd a few years ago, got all my ingredients out, lit a few candles so everything was extra glowy and warm and atmospheric. I decided to incorporate a little bit of rosemary in this one this year for a bit of protection. I'm starting by peeling the orange so I can separate the orange peel and maybe get a little more of their scent in there. And then I cut it into nice thick slices. It's so juicy and delicious. I know a lot of people associate oranges with Christmas, but to me they will always be like an autumnal scent, and I love it so much. Cutting up my apple as well, of course always in this diagonal pattern, so you can see the star in the center of the apple. And once I had all of my fruits cut up, it was time to go into the pot. I added a couple of cinnamon sticks, some star anise, which feels extra magical with its 7-pointed star, rosemary, as mentioned, a couple of cloves, and a few chunks of ginger as well, just for a little bit of extra spice. I had boiled some water from the kettle so it could pour over and start releasing its beautiful scent right away. I turned the stove on low. The weather was so wonderful and foggy and beautiful outside. My beeswax candles were burning, the simmer pot was bubbling and releasing its incredible, beautiful aroma, and everything just felt so right with the world. Hello friends! Okay, so the simmer pot is on. The Halloween decorations will start soon, but first I want to show you guys the stuff I got. So first, this dress that I am wearing, it feels really 70s and neon and bright and fun. Hold on. Cage and I stopped at a Value Village on our road trip, and I found this, and it just feels super, super fun. I feel like it would be even extra fun with like a little jack-o'-lantern or something on it down the line. So perhaps future DIY coming eventually, but I also think it's just like cute as is. It's quite short and very, very flowy. But yeah, like kind of a super Halloween-y Stevie Nicks moment, it feels like. All right, now, the thing that I got this morning, or the 2 things that I got this morning, was I saw someone was selling Halloween vests. And you might be thinking, but Rabbit, you already have so many Halloween vests. And if that's what you're thinking, we can't be friends because, like, too many Halloween vests, there's no such thing, right? So I found 2, and they were $25 each, and they were just from this lady on Facebook Marketplace, and she asked me, she's like, "Are you a teacher?" And I was like, "No, I just like Halloween stuff," but I want to show them to you because they're both incredible, and it was just like the luckiest find ever, and I just like happened to check Facebook Marketplace this morning and see these 2 things, and I was like, oh my lord. Okay, so hello, hi, gorgeous, stunning, beautiful, knitted and felt details. I'm gonna like polish up some of the spots that are like pilled on it a little bit, but I freaking love it. It's so cool, holy cow. And then this is the back, my little beaded pumpkins. I love that because I obviously love Halloween vests. This is like one that I made myself, but like now I have even more to add to the collection that are like made by someone else. Incredible. So then there's this one too. So cool. Yeah, this is the one that I have to deal a little bit more with the pilling and stuff, but there's little ghosties and witches and leaves and candy corns and everything perfect, and I just like, oh yeah, and then on the back of this one, there's these 2 little fun pumpkins. Like, this is too good. So yeah, 50 bucks, best 50 bucks I've spent this month, I'd say. So freaking cool. I was really, really happy with these. And I was like a little bit worried that they'd be like for children, that I wouldn't be able to fit into them. Dude, they're gonna be a-okay. I'm really, really happy. Okay, now for the other things that I got, other than what I've already shown you, this is like stuff that I kind of got on the road trip for the most part. So from one of the pumpkin patches that we went to, Cage and I both got some apple tea. I got this one that's just plain apple tea, and he's got one that's like spiced, but they're like in really nice wooden boxes that I'm excited to use after we've had the tea, and it's really nice. You just like can't oversteep it too long, otherwise it gets like really intense, but I've had it with maple syrup and it's delicious. We haven't opened this one yet, but yeah, gorgeous packaging. Very excited to incorporate it in the Halloween decor once it is completed. Then this guy I found at the thrift store that Cage and I stopped at, and I'm really sad because I think when we packaged him, we like put him with Cage's lamp and it got dirt on his face, so I have to figure out how to clean it. But he's so cute. You guys. Like, behave. He was $4.50. He has a little knitted jack-o'-lantern sweater and these little pants and a little jack-o'-lantern. I'm not gonna DIY him. He's perfect as is. He's gonna probably just live in my Halloween display once I figure out how to clean him. And he's got like a little cape and a witch hat, and so cute. Like, this is too much. Then also at the thrift store, I think these are called Pocket Pals or something, or Palm Pals. I keep wanting to call him a Palm Pilot, and I'm like, that's not what it is at all. But it's a little bat. And I think like you're supposed to like, listen, maybe it doesn't work if you're an adult, maybe only children can like balance them. But yeah, it's like a little bat friend, and I love little bat plushies, so getting to add another one to the collection is just too good. So yeah, this was like a fun little thrift store to find. I think he was like $3. So cool. Also from the thrift store, I saw this and I was like, I want the little things in it, and then Cage can probably use the frame to make some art. So I was like, do you want to get this together? And he said sure. So we found this really cool frame. It's got this little skeleton guy in it and all these like little masks, and it's like three-dimensional, which Cage always is looking for three-dimensional frames to do his art in. So I'm excited to use this little skeleton guy in something. They're like copper. Very, very cool. So very exciting find for that. Then we went to this amazing little antique store and found some fun stuff there. So one of the things was this little kitty container that you can open and close. It doesn't like stay shut on its own very easily, but it's got a little kitty that kind of reminds me of Tuna on it. And it's like copper and fun, so that was amazing. And then also from Value Village, I found these napkins for $2, and they're like very vintagey 80s, 90s Halloween. I'm always looking for stuff like this. It makes me so happy. So very, very cool there. Another kind of vintagey Halloween thing I found at the thrift store. These blew my mind. I'm so excited to use these. Patterns, sewing patterns. This one was $4, and it's got these little critters. I want to see how I can make these, and if all works out well, I would love to make a video about it for y'all, because this is just too cute. And then this, which was $6? Yeah, $6 for more little Halloween critters and crafts. So I'm so freaking excited to try out these little patterns and see what gets made. Then this, my mom actually just gave me this yesterday as a little gift for the holiday season, and it's a corn tea towel. And it's so funny. It says, I'm all ears, and it has this very goofy looking corn on it. So very exciting, good thing to add to the Halloween-y kitchen. When Cage and I went to the taxidermy museum, he got a little buffalo bison guy to hang on his bag, and I got a little crow guy, a little raven. He's so cute. He was $12.50, and I love him. He's very exciting. I think this is my first crow plush. That's super, super fun. And then, okay, when we were in the Victoria Public Outdoor Market, they had the Halloween Jellycats out, and I couldn't resist. Another little bat plush. You guys, this is so cute. Look at the little feet, look at the little hands, look at the little face. They had so many cute ones, it was so hard for me to decide, and I ended up going with this. The Jellycats are so cute. They're a little pricey. $26 for this tiny guy, but so cute. I love him. Very, very nice quality, and I'm really, really happy with him. Then we went to a thrift store. I think it was called Life After Death, or Vintage After Death, or something along those lines. And it was in Victoria, and I found these pants. I'm always looking for plaid pants or checkered pants. Oh yes, okay, Vintage After Death is what it was called. And I found these ones that are plaid and corduroy, or like checkered and corduroy. They are so fun. I think they were advertised as successfully hails any taxi cab, and they were on sale for $42. So super, super exciting find there. I love them. Then at a coffee shop in Victoria, I know I already showed the Halloween puzzle I got for this year, but I got another one because this one is Brambley Hedge themed. And it's this whole sweet autumn scene with all the beautiful characters. So I'm very excited to do it. Love this vibe, and I would just love to live in this little universe, you know? We're getting close, okay? Also from the antique shop, there was this bell, and I just thought it was so cool. And it was $15, and I was like, that's so silly, like I don't need a little unicorn bell. And then Kate got it for me as a surprise. And it's a little brass unicorn bell, and I think it'll look really good in my dragon display. Then at this little kind of handmade shop in Victoria, we stopped and I got these. Gosh, I forget the name. But it was like the shop where everyone had their own little booths. These are like either sleeve extensions. I think they were technically described as socks, but I will be wearing them as sleeve extensions. They're polka dotted and gorgeous and stunning, and I love them. And yeah, I guess they're multi-purpose, so I can wear them both ways, but the intention for me was sleeves. So happy about those. Then I always keep all the different like papers and programs and stuff. So just for my personal collection, I have like a ton of receipts and wristbands and stuff like that from the stuff we did. So that is an excitement for me. From the Enchanted Forest, we got this little badge. At the other castle we went to, which was Cragdrock Castle, I got this little castle pin. We stopped at one of my favorite coffee houses, which was called Pulp Fiction Coffee Houses, and they were selling these really cute vintage magnets, so I got some of those. This one says Sinland. This one says Weird Tales, and it reminds me very much of some bat art that I've seen before, and I love it. And then this one has the devil on it. Cage thought this one was cool, so I decided to get it for that reason. This other place that Cage and I went to was in Victoria. I think it was called Thrift Alternative Art Store, and they just had like all these weird little things, like old buttons and like little playing cards and like stuff like that, and stickers from different artists. So I'll show you guys the things that I got. So I got all these little buttons that have like tiny teddy bears and dolls and things like that on them. I'll like put in a proper picture since you won't be able to see it. And then these ones that are like red plaid, which I think was really, really fun. And then I got a bunch of little charms because they had like this little bucket of charms that were all like 25 cents or whatever. So I got like a little iron and little like shears and a little clown hat and a sunflower and all these like little treasures, which was super, super delightful. From a local artist, I got this sticker, which was very, very cute. Little kitty clown moment. And I don't remember where I got this. This might have been from Vintage After Death, where I got the plaid pants. I also got the sticker, and I also got these really cool spooky ghosty earrings that feel very 80s. And then from that Victoria art store, I also got this set of playing cards that are all like different playing cards from different brands and casinos and companies and stuff. And then I have like a couple of random things that I just found around, like a shell and a coin and like stuff like this, you know, type of thing. But I also really like those machines where you can like put a coin through and get it pressed. So I got one with the Jolly Roger on it from the Fairy, and then one with a moth on it from the Victoria Butterfly Gardens, which was super, super fun. And then this isn't something that I bought so much as made, but I've been working on it for a couple months now, and I finally just like put it all together. It's this massive autumn blanket that is just made of like little knitted squares that I put together, and it's perfect and cozy and just ready in time for the cozy October season, and I love it and it's wonderful. So I'm just so happy it's done. And then I had a little bit too many squares when I made it, like, so I had some left over, so I made a little one for lemon and tuna. And then I also made this, which I'll probably add on to as I go because it's a little small, but it's supposed to just be like a shawl or like a wraparound thing, or like, you know how sometimes at the end of the bed they put like an extra blanket for your feet? I don't know if that has a name, but maybe I can use it for that. So yes, loads of delightfully fun, cozy, knitted Halloween coziness blankets and stuff. So yes, that is all the kind of like hauls and most recent acquisitions of the Halloween variety. And now I'm gonna get on to decorating, so let's get on to that. Okay, so at the present moment, we're working with a little bit of a mess. I've been kind of just like taking things off of the display over a while and just like using them and stuff, so it looks way worse than it has ever looked probably in its life. So it's time to put it back together. I've also cleared out a spot so I can put up this wonderful poster, and I got my little helper Got my simmer pot on, just had dinner. Life is good. We're gonna get decorating. Let's do it. Alright, so I'm thinking that I'll probably make a separate video of my entire Halloween decorating, but I wanted to just include like maybe 6 minutes of the full 20-minute clip here, just for, you know, the sake of, it's the Halloween season. We gotta do a little bit of Halloween decorating in this vlog. Of course, the first step is getting everything nice and tidy and dusted. As I take everything off the shelf, I'm going ahead and making sure it's nice and clean, cleaning the mirror with vinegar, lint rolling all the plushes, using some scented spray on everything so it's wonderful and sweet smelling for the season. And once it's all tidy and clean, I can start putting up my beginning centerpieces. It's not a proper Halloween decoration unless you're dancing a little bit during it. Besides spooky playlists of the vintage and kind of just old-timey music variety, I've also, of course, been listening to a lot of spooky short stories, audiobooks, loads of Edgar Allan Poe for the season, especially for falling asleep. I don't know about you guys, but I am one of those people that cannot fall asleep in silence. I usually listen to this podcast called Get Sleepy, where the person just tells wonderful, beautiful tales in their British accent, and it just helps me fall asleep. But for the spooky season, I have found this wonderful person on YouTube who reads Edgar Allan Poe stories and adds like a little bit of thunder in the background. It's just the most special and magical thing. Here I am with my assistant helping me out. I know a lot of people think that I have a little bit too much Halloween decor or it's like too cluttered. I really like the over-cluttered, super kitschy vintage Halloween all crammed together in one spot look. Characters left, right, and center, and it makes me so happy. It makes me extra happy though when it's lit up at night. All the wonderful little lights just make it feel so magical. I used loads of little fake tea lights, lots of statues that have built-in little fairy lights or whatever, orange fairy lights that I got from the dollar store, all the flameless candles. I turn on the lights in the background and turn on all the fairy lights in the house, and it just feels like the most enchanted, magical Halloween home. So that was the Halloween shrine, Halloween main display, but for the living room, we're also decorating a little bit there, adding some sweet little ceramic friends. I wanted to go with a little bit of this more soft, gentle, and ethereal theme for the living room. So I'm just adding a lot of little fairy friends and little enchanted creatures and pumpkin cards. I have this wonderful crochet piece that a very sweet subscriber made me. It's got these little ghosties on it and I love it so much. Again, in my opinion, the room looks best when it's lit up at night with all the wonderful candles, the fairy lights twinkling, everything's golden and yellow and feels so warm and cozy, and it's just the perfect opportunity to get snuggled up, to watch a movie, to do a puzzle, to eat a caramel apple or drink some hot cider, just whatever. Of course, it's not a complete Halloween decoration without also doing something for the kitties. So I have this little bed for Tuna that used to be for my plushes that my dad made me, and then he updated it for the kitties. I'm wrapping some little pumpkins around her curtains, and I knitted her a new bedspread, plus adding a little pumpkin toy as a pillow. Cajun Eye's plant display also gets a little update with the little glowworm friend, a troll in a cape. Our Joanna Parker lives there all the time, but now they're front and center. And I've added some wooden signs just around the house and little troll friends to watch over everything. It's a very creature and character focused decoration this year. So that's kind of the living room and main shrine and that kind of thing. Onto the kitchen, I'm just going to show a couple of little things I did. I hung up a Halloween banner. I hung up some twinkly orange string lights in the doorway. I decanted my coffee and my brown sugar into these wonderful glass containers with these little clay jack-o'-lanterns on top. They make me so happy, and I can't believe I've never done this before. Wiping down our whole sink area, and then replacing the dish soap, little dishwasher tabs, and of course adding these spooky little ghosties that I got to show off in a recent Halloween haul. I find them so cute. I update the regular hand towels with my Joanna Parker ones for the season, put down my new pumpkin mat, have my Halloween calendars prominently displayed on the fridge, and everything is just coming together in the kitchen. My Halloween mugs in the cupboard are looking wonderful, and so are the spatulas. As usual, pretty much all of my dishware is Halloween themed because it's the only time that I really buy dishware and stuff is when I see Halloween things. And as usual, lit up at night, absolutely magical. The fairy lights are something that I'll have to incorporate every year from now on. It just is so special. And of course, no matter what you make for your cats, they always prefer the thing that you made for yourself better. So Tuna's bed, though she did enjoy it, she preferred this giant blanket that I was gonna put on my bed. So here she is, and making sure it's ready for its biscuits. Unfortunately, the blanket that I ended up knitting gets caught on Lemon's claws, so I won't be keeping it on for the season. I didn't know that when I was decorating, so you will be just seeing it here, but that's kind of the last of it. The other thing that I always do for the season is make sure that my stuffed animals are dressed up for Halloween. This year, Crystal is wearing a pumpkin hat, Little Myotis has a pumpkin hat and a jester collar, and Lapin has a similar pumpkin suit with a little cape. I think they look darling together. And Tuna, of course, is always very curious about how they're dressed up, and I wish she would join them, but she hates costumes, so we won't force it. On my bedside table, I'm adding this little Thai cat with a witch hat, and the other one I'm dressing up as a ghost because I'm using the witch hat they would normally wear for this season on this little Furby that's gonna live on my bookshelf. And yes, that's just a Kleenex with Sharpie on it to make it a ghost sheet. Here's my Furby with the little purple witch hat. I'm setting down this eye pillow that I DIY'd with the little pumpkin face on it, and my vampire issue of Cunning Folk, which I'm super excited to read. Everything in the bedroom now is set, cozy, and proper for the season. Tuna's in her happy spot, so is Lemon curled up on the other edge of the bed. Everything is glowing once the lights are turned off. My favorite thing is turning off the overhead lights in the season and just focusing on the lamps, the fairy lights, the candlelight. Everything just twinkles and sparkles in the most magical way. I cannot get enough of it. I know I've mentioned it so many times in this vlog already, but it just makes me feel like I've been transported to a fairy tale. Some other things in the bedroom that feel kind of autumnal is some of the art we have year-round. This photo that Cage framed of the two of us last year at the pumpkin patch, and every year for Cage's birthday I paint him a new watercolor painting of all the memories we've experienced over the year together. Here is this year's, but I'll give you a little tour of all the previous years. I stuck them all together so you can see over the past 6 years that we've been together, all the delightful memories that we've accumulated. Our trolls, our plants, the different hobbies we've tried, the different places we've traveled, things we've seen, inside jokes. It's just feels really special. Tuna definitely approves and feels very cozy in the Halloween space, and I couldn't agree more. I'm so happy with the end result of all the decoration, and now the house just feels proper, and I can't wait to enjoy it this whole season. Now, I love my parents so much, and there are so many wonderful things about them, but one of the best things is that my mom has an amazing garden, and they grow amazing fruits and vegetables, and she brought me these beautiful garlics, these beautiful black tomatoes. Do you see these? Goth tomatoes. Special for me, special for little old rabbit. How exciting is that? So I had to make something very exciting with them, and I decided on a spooky tomato soup with haunted grilled cheese, let's say. So I'm cutting up all these delightful tomatoes because theoretically most of the tomato soup recipes I saw called for canned tomatoes, but I was determined to use these little baddies, so I found a recipe that called for whole ones. Grabbing out my garlic from my skull bowl, I have my cashews soaking in hot water so I'll be able to make cashew cream, cutting up this onion into nice big delicious chunks, and I'm putting everything onto this baking sheet with olive oil. I'm seasoning it with salt and pepper, putting in the onions and the garlic cloves just whole, sticking it in the oven, and they turn the most incredible, slightly crispy on the outside, kind of caramelized, delicious thing. I could not ask for more. I think I left them in for like an hour, so when they came out, they were just perfect. I was so excited to turn them into this incredible soup. I had some fresh basil that I had been growing all summer long, and it was time to harvest it and use it for something delightful like this. So I'm going ahead and cutting it up, adding it to the soup with the cashew cream and all the other ingredients, the soup stock. And before it's blended, just look at it. Like, it looks so good. I was so excited. It smelled heavenly. Then it was time to make my grilled cheeses. I got to use my new butter dish. God, I love that little pumpkin thing. It's so cute. I'm putting some butter in the pan and spreading it out with my little mushroom brush. Once it's nice and bubbling and warm, I put on my toasts. And once they're ready and done, I cut them out with some spooky cookie cutters. I don't know if theoretically you should cut them before cooking, but this was my first time making this recipe. Maybe we'll experiment next time. And that was my spooky grilled cheese with tomato soup. This was such a yummy recipe. I'll have to link it below because I really, really enjoyed it. Cage did too, and he usually isn't a soup fan, so very happy all around. And we need a little intermission for kitty playtime. My favorite thing about Halloween is getting to pull out Lemon and Tuna special Halloween cat toys. I try to keep them separate for the rest of the year so they're like extra special when the time comes around. And it's just so fun and delightful watching your two cats play, especially when one of them, Tuna, is usually super playful, but Lemon's usually kind of more of like a sleepy grandma kind of vibe. So getting to see them together and playing together, like I could cry. They're so freaking sweet. Looney Tunes is my girl forever. Usually we just like hang out all the time and play together all the time, and she really makes the season so special. She loves Halloween as much as me. Like, she loves to watch horror movies with me. She loves to play with her little ghosties and her little pumpkins. She has this specific thing with real pumpkins. We always call her a pumpkin girl because whenever we get our real pumpkins, she just always wants to like sit by them and rub up on them, and when we carve them into jack-o'-lanterns, she's always super fascinated. She's just our little pumpkin gal, and seeing Lemon join in on the Halloween fun was just something else. I feel so lucky to have them. If you guys also have pets who enjoy Halloween stuff, you get it. The joy, it's too much. It's so happy to see it contagious like that. Hello friends, today is October 15th. It's kind of an errands day, but it's like super fun errands day. So I gotta pick up some stuff for my mom. I think Cage and I are going to the thrift store to get some stuff for our Halloween costume because I want to make us something matchy and clowny this year, so it's gonna be super, super fun. And then I'm gonna go get the Halloween special donuts that my favorite donut shop releases. They came out yesterday and I can't wait to try them. And then I'm gonna package up some orders, go to the post office and get those dropped off. Everything is amazing. The sun is shining, the leaves are falling. I'm wearing one of my new Halloween vests and I just feel so cute and happy. So life is good. I hope things are good with you also. Oh, and then if I get around to it, I also want to make homemade apple cider tonight, but we'll see because there's a lot of stuff going on today. Okay, talk to you guys soon, and yeah, things are so happy, and I'm just like, oh, having such a nice October. I'm really, really pleased. Okay, bye for now. Hello, I returned. That went amazing. Got everything we needed, and even got some stuff to make like Rocky Horror Picture Show kits, so that's amazing. But I need to show you guys the donuts because they did above and beyond. So cute. Okay, let me show you. First, they changed the box. So it has a little cutie vampire donut on it. That is so freaking cute. Are you joking me? It's normally pink, but now it's purple and it's got a donut vampire. I think this is the only one I can't eat. It's like caramel apple. But then we also got this one that's like a cherry blaster, and this one that's like the donut, and this one that's like cookies and scream, so it's like filled with deliciousness, and this one that's called like the hot buns or like bun something, I don't know, it's got like pecans on it and stuff, and this one is the boo berry or the monster something, I don't know. I'll put the names of everything, but it's so exciting, all the flavors. Oh, I'm so happy I did. Oh, it looks so good. I can't wait to try these. Okay, talk soon. Now, I couldn't have my delicious donut alone, of course. It was time to make one of my favorite recipes of the year, hot apple cider. And this is a non-alcoholic version, though I do really enjoy mulled wine and that kind of thing, so we will be doing something of that sort later. Not in this video, probably in a different one. But I had a lot of little apples that my parents had picked. Some that were not super good, like they had like little dark spots or little this or that or little like holes or whatever that I was like, I think these might be a good candidate for some cider. So that is what I decided to do. Had all these tiny delicious apples, was cutting them up, peeling my orange so I could save the peels for a simmer pot at a later date. I'm cutting them up, and again, so juicy, so delicious. This is one of my favorite ingredients in hot apple cider, is just like that delicious tanginess of the citrus in the oranges. Once everything is cut up, I can add it to the pot along with my spices. I'm adding cinnamon, star anise, ginger, and some cloves. I definitely used too small of a pot, so I did have to transfer this halfway through because it felt a little uncomfortable. But as it was cooking, it just smelled so delicious and amazing. After 2 hours, it was time to mash it up and then let it simmer for another hour, after which I was able to strain it through this cheesecloth. I'm going ahead and scooping in all the delicious apple pulp and letting the cheesecloth and gravity and my spoon do the work of getting all that delicious juice out. As I go, I'm transferring it to this massive glass skull canister so it'll fit in the fridge more easily. And while it's still hot, I'm getting out a half cup of brown sugar so I can sweeten it and it'll melt more easily while it's still warm. Once it's all stirred together, it's this incredible, spicy, warm mixture. I think I made this one a little bit too strong, and I definitely had to like water it down a little bit, but it was really, really wonderful. Then it was time to hang out in the craft room, watch some DVDs with Toonie, and get on started with the next tasks. Hello friends, today is October 16th. I have just finished shipping out one last letter, and then I went to FedEx to pick up one of my packages, which is really, really exciting. I got more stickers because I can't resist, and basically I just wanted like a different kind of freebie that I could include in some future orders. So I got 2 options here and I'm really, really excited about it. So this is like a holographic sticker of my logo, and this is like a glow-in-the-dark version of my other little logo guy, so that's super fun. And then today, otherwise, I'm gonna try to work on vlogs, but also work on Cage's Halloween costume, and mine by extension, but Cage's is due on Saturday because he wants to wear it to work. So I've enlisted my mannequin and Master Onion to be my models to help kind of figure this out. This is just kind of the base of what we're working with, and just with the base, we're already looking amazing. I've got some fabrics and stuff and things that I will need to make the rest of the costumes, but we've got the rough idea, we've got a plan, we've got tuna, and we've got a stack of movies, so truly what else do you need? Everything is set and ready. So, wish me luck, off to costume making. One of the best parts of Halloween to me will forever be the costumes. It's such a special night, and seeing everyone's creativity, especially when they DIY them, come out, is just something else. This year, I had talked to Cage about wanting to do something vintage and clowny and whatever, and as usual, he was on board with whatever I wanted to do, which is one of my favorite things about him. He's the best. So I'm going ahead and making us matching little clowny outfits. I wanted to do orange and black clowns. I had some thrifted material, a lot of felt and scarves and random inspiration. So this was the way we were gonna go. Old Scooby-Doo playing in the background, because what else are you gonna watch when you're doing some Halloween costume making? I'm sewing the stars onto the pants. These were some that we had found at the thrift store together, and they were just perfect. Just needed to add a little elastic to the bottom, but otherwise incredible. And I'm going ahead and making my pom-poms by just wrapping some yarn around my fingers, tying them together, and then trimming all the edges with some scissors so we're good and sorted. For the bulk of the costume, Cage and I were using items we already had and didn't want to be clown costumes permanently. So I have these little pin backs that I'm going to glue the pom-poms onto. That way I can remove them very easily. But I have this wonderful thrifted dress that I found at the thrift store. It's orange, and I thought it would be a perfect candidate for a clown costume, so I'm going ahead and pinning my pom-poms onto that. And then for Cage, I just wanted him to be in a black shirt. Luckily he has one of those, so I am pinning his orange pom-poms onto that. The last touch is the hats. I'm rolling some cardstock, cutting it with some scissors, and for the orange one, since the color was a little bit too yellow, I decided to paint it before I cut out the pattern. For the hats, they're just a simple little cylinder shape that I very roughly am cutting and tracing out of this dollar store cardstock. I hole punch the bottoms so I can feed some ribbons through, that way we'll be able to tie the hats around our chins and add the ribbon, as well as a little bit of ribbon around the edge for decoration. The last bit of decoration on the hats is the pom-poms. Those are a necessity, and with the help of my mannequins as my models, we were good to go. This is the result of the clown costumes. It was a super fun afternoon of sewing for my love and I, and he's really excited to wear the costumes, as excited as me, I hope, and it's just gonna be a delightful time. So hopefully that footage will be coming to you soon. And I suppose that's all I got for you today. Like I said, I hope I have a lot more Halloween vlogs coming. If not, I might just schedule them for 2025. I don't know, it'll be weird, but it'll be what it'll be. Thank you so much for watching till the end. It means the world to me. Hope you're having a great spooky season, and I'm sending you a big hug. Right, bye for now.
Moaning, groaning, oh so scary.